All right, you know, glory and praise unto Lord Yahawashi. This is part 2 of the video going into how this place is held, and I had to break this up into 2 parts. You know, real quick. But where we left off, we was into Ecclesiasticus 7, and we're gonna continue on where we left off. We're gonna start back at 28, and then get the point, and then we'll get more into this topic at hand. And it reads, though I have searched repeatedly and have not found one, or what I was looking for. So like it says, only one out of 1,000 men is virtuous, but not one woman. And you can liken that one of 1,000 men being unto the elect. All right, because the Lord Yahawashi has created many of us spirits, but only the elect. So like, but only the elect are the ones that's gonna be delivered. You know. So let's get a precept on that real quick. Just real quick, you know. This is getting right to the point. I'm going to start at verse 20. It says, I considered the world, and behold, there was perils like it because of the devices that were coming to it. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a great cluster and a plant of a great people. The Lord has kept not just any old people. He's kept the Israelites first and foremost, but within the Israelites, he's kept the elect within the nation of Israel. Right, we are that grape of that cluster that's going to be spared and preserved in these last days, especially in the time of Jacob's trouble and during the hour of temptation. Okay, that we are to shortly come upon. That's to shortly come upon us. But right now we're in this period of grace, and we're continuously to exhort and build each other up, and be fishermen. Okay, in a sense, like it speaks about Jeremiah, the Lord said he was going to send for, not Jeremiah, Jeremiah 16:16, he was going to send for many fishes. All right, and we're fishing the elect and sealing the elect through the word, via the word, and then we're going to be turned into hunters. All right, which is we're going to have spiritual power to go ahead and execute the judgments that the Lord Yahawashi has set up for this place, and also to deliver ourselves out of various situations that we might find ourselves in. You understand? But the point here is in verse 22. Let the multitude, see, the Lord Yahawashi has created all these different spirits, all these particular souls that's on the earth. They come from Yahawashi, and yet if they not the elect, they're gonna perish. You know, Tory Lanez is more than likely not the elect. Meg Thee Stallion is more than likely not the elect. So they're gonna die. They're gonna perish, man. They were born for the particular purposes, just to be here and serve out whatever life they had to serve out. But the Lord ain't checking for them like that. They wicked. All right, the Lord's only checking for the elect, man. All right, it says, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. Let my grape be kept, the elect, and my plant, for which great labor I have made perfect. So the elect in the sight of the Lord through the justification of Yahawashi's blood are perfect. Okay, not people out here selling out for $10 million, $30 million, thinking that they balling out of control. You know what I'm saying? Fuck their corruptible money, and woe unto them, for they have exchanged their soul, so-called exchanged their soul, for a piece of Esau's pie. His wicked devil Satan pie, like some fools. All right, and they wonder why. You get caught up in all this bullshit, nigga. You wicked. Anyway, back into this Instagram. These women are fucking wicked as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta watch out for these wicked bitches, man. Call it Yahawashi. You know, when I saw this lesson, I immediately hopped on it, or I saw this video, I immediately hopped on it. And now that I'm looking down at the comments, it says 447 or 744 call out Yahawah Shemashah, and then the other way it says 144. You know, so that it must be the spirit that the Lord wanted me to, tap in and do a particular lesson on this particular situation right here. Cause I seen the 144, but I only saw it. Oh, and then there's 844. Yo, I didn't even. Yo, that's a spirit like a motherfucker. That's the numbers, bro. That's some of the numbers that we see. You know, I got 844 right there. If you can see it, you got 744 right there. If you can see it, and you got 144. I know you see that one. So that's a spirit, little one. That's a spirit called Yahawashi. But it says, let's read it. It says, while Megan Thee Stallion fan base are donating money to the convicted murder that killed a 13-year-old girl because of what he did to Tory Lanez. Wow. So I guess this guy on the right hand side is in jail for killing or murdering, so-called murdering. Well, he's a convicted murderer, so I guess they convicted him. Found him out in court that he did it, or whatever, or maybe he pled guilty. Who knows? Point is, this man he killing a 13-year-old girl. Probably more likely, that according to Job, or according to the Most High Yahweh in his scriptures, that none perish of being innocent. So if the Lord probably raised this man up as a death angel to kill that little 13-year-old girl because she was fucking wicked. Anyway, now he's serving out his life in prison for that deed, and guess what? This nigga's still a wicked nigga, and he gonna get his. Just look at him. He look wicked, man. He look like he bugged the fuck out. He look like he'll do anything for some money. And this what and this is what Esau thrives on. The curses that are on Jake that allows them to persuade Jake with a little bit of money, and they'll do whatever, man. Scriptures, not scriptures, but the apostles and the elders always going to how you can buy a nigga cheap. So that's why you gotta be looking over your shoulder and being heavily circumspect of your surroundings, because a nigga will kill your ass for $300, cause them $300 is like $1,000 to him in that moment because he need that shit. So him putting in that work on you is just, and then you an Israelite man too, so he already hates you. Because the curses on our people, we have the eye evil towards. I'll just get it. And it goes in, and it kind of goes into more and more to how this place is held, that there is no true, what's the word, brotherhood between Jake. The only brotherhood there is of the brotherhood, which is of the elect and the men of the Lord. But outside of that, man, these fucking Jakes, they don't, man, you don't got no friends of this world. You got the Akims, and that's it. That's all you got. And even you gotta be circumspect, because you got Akims or brothers so-called in his faith bugging out, and they're gonna sell out to Esau at the last second, or they're already sold out and they're just playing their Judas Iscariot role until they get found out by the Spirit and it be revealed. So we in a fucked up place, man. You got enemies on all sides. You got wicked bitches that make the hell even worse. You know what I'm saying? Because bitches is supposed to be some type of comfort, but they're not. They're not in the spirit of serving you. You got wicked men, wicked Israelite men that hate you for just existing and breathing. Then you got Esau Edom ruling with an iron wicked thumb. So you like, man, well, goddamn. Then you gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying? Through the spirit. You gotta go slave in this kingdom. You gotta get up and work. You gotta be subject to payments. You know what I'm saying? Don't get fucked up and do a crime, quote unquote. Doing some stupid shit. Now you're in the legal system. Now you in that box. You know what I'm saying? There's so many pitfalls and snares in this world to destroy you very quickly if you're not using wisdom, if the Lord is not guiding you through this place. And that's the point I'm trying to make. So Lord willing, that point is getting through. But hey, it is what it is. It's just for the elect only anyway. So it says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant which he shall leave. So sometimes you got the so-called deadbeat dad syndrome, or sometimes it don't even be that he's a deadbeat dad. His woman that he chose is wicked as fuck, and he's wicked. And the woman put so much hell on him that he just leave because he ain't trying to deal with a dragon like woman in the household. So he like, man, fuck you and fuck the kids, and he dipped. And he just be like, bitch, put me on child support. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? And he just pay money and go do his own thing, and that happens. So brought that precept out. Oh my god, every time I go to Instagram, it's some new shit. That's why you gotta save shit. Alright. Alright. So we understand that this nigga got stabbed up, right? And this is the individual who did it. His name is Santiago Casio. And these bitches, these wicked ass women, which shows you that we in hell. This is per example. Example exhibit A, of why this place is hell. Because you can literally get stabbed up as an Israelite man, because these bitches think you did something to this wicked bitch. And Meg Thee Stallion is a whore. Meg Thee Stallion is a witch. That bitch is gonna get put to death by Yahawashi, thus saith his prophets, and thus saith Yahawashi through his prophets. That bitch is evil, man, and she's gonna get hers, bro. And I pray that the Lord Yahawashi send Shalak Rahim on all these wicked bitches and all these wicked niggas and the 2/3 and the wicked Israelites scattered abroad, man. Shalak Rahim, man. Why Nashim, man. Wahabanium. Let me go ahead and get that prayer. Make sure I ain't butchering that. But Shalak Rahim. Hold on. Yeah, man. Shalak Rahim. Wa Nashim. Wahabanium. Waharagim. Wa Mashapatnim, all called wicked niggas and bitches. Anyway. Salakia. It says support Santiago Castillo for his service. So if you do wickedness in this world, you get supported. Just like the bitch that the Edomite woman that called a Jake child who's autistic, a derogatory term, which goes into how we're proverbs and bywords in an astonishment. And yet she was able to get damn near $500,000 for that shit. She got $500,000 by insulting one of the sons of God. Because I'm sure that even though the child was autistic, that's still an Israelite. Autistic or not, still an Israelite, right? And she got damn near $500,000 for disrespecting a Israelite child, not a man, not a grown ass man that can speak for himself and handle his business. A damn child. You know what I'm saying? Now the child ain't innocent. I ain't saying that, but I'm saying this is the mindset of these wicked fucks and these wicked women and these wicked men. Israelite, Edomite, heathen alike. They're all fucking wicked. All right, and this is where we at, man. This is where the fuck we at. So if they stabbed up this nigga Tory for shooting a bitch, what you think they gonna do to the men of the Lord, or attempt to do? Because the Lord Yahweh Shema is gonna see through their wicked schemes, and He's gonna protect us from these fucking I don't even know what to call these people, man. These wicked individuals. They're done, man. They're done. So they think they're gonna come up against the man of the Lord through the Spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah, and they think they're gonna really lay hands on us. See, you can't really do anything, man. All right, you can't do nothing. All right, because check this out. You can't do nothing against the men of the Lord, because watch this. This is Jeremiah 10 and 23 says, O Lord, I know the way of man is not in himself. It is not man that walketh to direct his steps. So whatever is going to happen to us, wherever we're going to be, the Lord Yahawashi wants us to be there. So ultimately, you individuals, you wicked fucks, you can't put your hand, you can't lay hands on us, you can't do anything unless the Lord Yahawashi from on high gives sanction, gives it sanction. You know, that brother that got harmed, Lord willing, you send, I'm sending prayers his way. I prayed, a quick prayer for him as soon when I heard that it happened. But he survived, and he and he's gonna continue to get built up. He's gonna be blessed for that, man. Because he did that. He was doing his thing, and a wicked nigga rolled up on him and tried to take his life. And that's gonna happen. That's gonna be a trial that many of us gonna have to face in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And then you got the martyrs. They're gonna have to die and get their heads chopped off for this faith. But regardless, they can't come up against you. They can't hem you up. They can't grab you up unless the Lord Yahawashi allow it. All right? Because the Lord controls everything that we see down here on earth. So let's get that. This is Revelations. Not Revelations. This is Isaiah 45 and 7. Let's start at 6. It says, that they may know from the rising of the sun unto the west that there is none beside me. So it's only Yahawah, Yahawah being the Father, and Yahawashi being his only begotten Son. Those are the two powers. That's it. All right. And Yahawashi ultimately it has been given full authority. All power has been given unto the Lord Yahawashi being the Son. All right. So kiss the Son, lest he be angry. Roughly paraphrasing. It says that ye may know that from the rising of the sun and from the west, there is none beside me. I am the Lord Yahawah, and there is none else. I form the light, and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So the Lord is in control of all these things, the left hand and the right hand. So if the Lord wants to send the left hand against us, then that's going to be what he wants, as it's going to be sanctioned. It's going to be allowed. So anything that we come up against, the Lord allowed it. So we ain't gonna bat an eye. We're gonna understand it, and then we're gonna get through it. So no one can lay a hand on it. No one can come up against us. No one can do anything without the Lord Yahawashi giving it sanction, man. You know what I'm saying? Without the Lord, allowing it to go down. You understand? Let me get this precept in Isaiah 41 though. This is I'm gonna read verse Isaiah 41 and 10. It says, "Fear thou not." This is Yahawashi as I was speaking. And anything that we go through, the Lord sanctioned it, and we're gonna overcome it. But it says here in Isaiah 41 and 10, it says, "Fear thou not, I am with thee." Who is the thee? The elect. "Be not dismayed, for I am thy power, and I will strengthen thee, yea, and I will help thee, yea, and I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness." The Lord controls the right hand and the left hand. We just so happen to be right-handed spirits that the Lord is dealing with. And so the left hand that comes up against us is also via the Lord. But we're going to overcome it through the right hand, through Yahawashi, man. And we're going to be good. It says in verse 11, "Behold, all that they were incensed against thee shall be ashamed." So we're going to have enemies. We're going to have those that come up against us. We're going to have those that hate what we're speaking about. We're going to have those that hate the name Yahweh. We're going to have those that are wicked, man, that try to come up against his ministry, that try to come up against his word, that try to come up against the men of the Lord, because they're fucking wicked, and that's their lot. And they're going to come up against us because we're in a movie, right? We can liken this time on earth like unto a movie. So we're righteous actors, and you got the evil people, or the antagonists, individuals or actors, and they got to come up against the righteous actors, man. It's nothing more than a script. And that's why we call it the scriptures. All right. So we got to play our part, and they got to play their part. So you can't be overly like, oh man, why they doing that? They're doing that because the Lord set them up to do just that, to come up against you, to try you, to test you, to fuck with you, to frustrate your purpose. But see, It doesn't matter because you know in the back of your head that Yahawashi is the author and finisher of our faith. So therefore, stay upon him despite what the fuck these left-handed actors are doing, if you will, and stay upon Yahawashi because you know that at the end, you know, there's victory. No matter what these people do, the Lord got to give them sanction to touch you. The Lord got to give them sanction to do this or do that or do this. All right. So you really good. The scriptures say, fear not, man. Fear not. Don't, you know, because the ones that's coming up against us, they don't have Yahweh Shimon Shai. They're not praying. They're not prayed up. They worship Satan, man. Okay. And so they're going to ultimately lose. All right. Because they're weak, man. They're the devil. All right. You teaming up with Esau ain't going to get you nowhere but in the grave. All right. And tortured. All right, you're going to be pricked through with many sorrows, man. You know, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah is going to destroy those that come up against his men. All right. It says, for behold, they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. All right. They shall be as nothing. They that strive with thee shall perish. All right. This is the protection that the men of the Lord have, man, against their enemies, man, in this place that we in, known as Babylon the Great, which is a hell zone for an Israelite man. But yet we have Yahweh Shemel Shai to walk us and strengthen us through his right hand and uphold us through his right hand, Yahweh Shai. And so we're going to be good. It says this, thou shalt seek them and shalt not find them, even them that contend with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, as a thing of naught. For I, the Lord Yahawah, power, will hold thy right hand and saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. So we must earnestly and completely believe that in time of trouble, when our enemies come up against us like a flood, whatever form they take, spiritual demon Satan, physical demon Satan, your woman, whatever the fuck, that the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to help you through that particular obstacle. That is our profession. That is the faith. The scriptures speak about how in manifold scriptures, it speaks about how the just shall live by faith. So when we are tried by these, because we're in hell, when we are tried by these fucking wicked fucks, we are going to be like, remember, like, oh, wait a minute. The Lord said via his word, via his scriptures, okay, that he was going to help us. He was going to, you know, make it good, man. Fear not, man. So he said he was going to help us, man. The Lord's not going to leave us out here to fend for ourselves with these wicked motherfuckers running amok, man. All right. We serving the Lord, man. Okay, but they're serving their bellies, man. They're serving Satan, man. So they got a reward for that. And that's death, man. And manifold sufferings and afflictions and tribulation they going to have to go through. But on the right-hand side, we also have to go through some particular suffering, some particular tribulations, man. But we're suffering for the righteousness' sake of Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi, not for, you know, or we trying to get $1 million, or we trying to come up, or we trying to get this. We trying to get this particular woman. No, the Lord said this, you know, I want to say that's John 15. But I'm not sure. So we're going to just... I don't know right off the back of my head. I'm always wrong as hell. This is Matthew. And start at 30. It says, wherefore, if the Most High so clothe the field, it's like it says Matthew 6:30 says, wherefore, if the Most High so clothe the grass of the field, which today is and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much clothe you, O ye little of faith? So the Lord does not want us to have little faith, man. The Lord wants us to have big faith in him, that he's going to help us, man. It's many scriptures, manifold scriptures and precepts that goes into how the Lord is going to deliver and spare and have mercy and make things right and good for the elect, man. That those that believe in him, man, truly, the true sincere believers, man. Not no wishy-washy as individual, man. You want to be giving your honest to God best, when dealing with this truth to the best of your ability, though we fall short. But hey, look, that's what repentance is for. It says, "O ye little of faith, therefore take no thought what you shall eat," because this is the time that we're coming into, you know, times where the light's gonna be cut off, the grid gonna shut down. They're gonna say they're gonna say it's this, they're gonna say it's that. They go, "Oh, Russia hit it with a damn EMP," whatever the fuck they gonna say. If it comes to that, how we don't know exactly how it's gonna go down, but our temptation, our fight chip, this, that, and the third. Jacob's trouble gonna come up upon us, to the Israelite, unto the elect, and so we gotta take no thought what we gonna eat, what scripture says, take no thought, saying, what shall you eat? The Lord gonna take care of that. Or what shall you drink? The Lord Yahawashi gonna take care of that as well. Or when your clothes get dirty and they all fucked up and they ripped up from maybe you was running and they got snagged up on a fence. I'm just hypotheticals, right? Or wherewithal shall we be clothed? Guess what? The Lord Yahawashi gonna take care of that. It says, verse 32, "For all these things do the Gentiles, the heathen, seek for. For your heavenly Father knoweth that you have need of all these things." The Lord is not a fool. The Lord knows what you need. The Lord knows that you are in a mortal flesh human body. That nigga, if you don't eat in about 3 days, nigga, you gonna die. He knows that. All right. He knows that your body depending on your particular body mass index, how much food you need before or you don't get before you die. The Lord set up the body. The Lord Yahawashi and the first fruits, they set up the human body. They set up the animals. The Lord, through the spirit part Yahawashi, and the first fruit, they created the whole entire earth, man. So the Lord knows. All right. But it says here in verse 33, the point, "But seek you the kingdom of the Most High first, and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." So righteously, the Lord's going to give us women. The Lord's going to give us, riches, gold, silver, all this stuff, but more importantly, the Lord Yahawashi is going to give us that mercy and that salvation, and along with those new bodies, okay, those new bodies wherein dwells no sickness, man. Well, you're not going to be depressed. You're not going to have to wake up and crack your back. You're not going to have to wake up and you're coughing up mucus and shit because of whatever particular reason. You coughing, you sneezing, your goddamn back hurt and shit, goddamn your foot hurt and all this other dumb shit. The Lord's going to beautify his elect, man. But all that first comes in the spirit as far as seeking after the kingdom first, man. Seeking after Yahawah first, man. Don't be seeking after these bitches, man. Don't be seeking after these wicked men, okay, trying to get their validation. Man, fuck all these folks, man. How about we get the validation and get justified and get the mercy from Yahawah, and all these things, guess what, are going to be added unto us, man. All right. Let me get another precept. Oh my God. Right here it says, not a precept. Let me get some of this article. I think I'm kind of, unless the spirit got something else for me. That's all the precepts I really wanted to bring out. But it says here, support Satino Casio for his service. So this wicked nigga done stabbed this man up, and you would think that, oh wow, that's a horrible thing. These bitches is with it. This is an Israelite man. The death and the blood of an Israelite man is nothing in the sight of modern women. You know what I'm saying? And this is why these bitches are gonna be trodden down so poorly. Every woman that supported this and they done raised $2,000 some right now, according to this picture. If it's correct, who knows? Every bitch that donated is gonna die. The Lord's gonna recall that, man. When Jacob's trouble come and these women that donated, they catching all matters of types of hell. The Lord gonna bring this. Like, oh, remember when you did this? Or remember when you did that? Or remember this wicked act that you? Remember all this adultery that you did? Yeah. You finna die, bitch. And it says the campaign was created by, guess what? A woman, Alexandra Megan. Of course, her name is so-called Megan. It's probably not her real name, but she put Megan just to show you that she's in support of Megan the demon. You know what I'm saying? This is a wicked world, man, where the Israelite man is a prey. Whether you be in the truth or whether you don't be in the truth. This is the point that I am making. You understand? All right? This is some wicked shit, man. You can't see this and be like, oh, this is cool. Because if the shoe was on the other foot and you was in his situation, or, you know, these women were, you know, in his situation, they'd be crying, you know. But when it's convenient for them to hate on the Israelite man and bring him down low when he's already in a low position anyway, they're all for it. And this is why these women are going to get trodden down like a mire in the street, man, on some Micah 7 and 9 shit. Fuck these bitches. All right? Like I say, these bitches and these women add to the hell that the Israelite man is already catching anyway. Okay? So, let's look. It says, support for, this is support. This man stabbed a man up, and instead of getting motherfucking, they get love. The scriptures tell us to hate the evil, love the good. We supposed to hate this man. This ain't good. He's stabbing up his Israelite brother. The man that stabbed him up is an Israelite, and the man that got stabbed up is an Israelite. But yet we supporting this. They supporting this, because this is a wicked world that we live in, man. If this, you know, we in the valley of the shadow of death. If this ain't wild that you can actually support murderers and killers and people that are not in their right mind and give them money to continue to do more dumb shit, this is gonna incentivize. This is gonna incentivize other people to do even more wicked shit. Like, oh, bro got about 2 bands, 3 bands for killing, for stabbing up bro. Damn, I wonder what I can get if I stab up him, or if I go do this, or like wickedness is being incentivized. And this is why the Lord Yahawashi got to come back and deliver us, man. You know, all they got to do is promise the bag. They be like, oh, yo, the Israelite man that's on the street corner, give us information about them. We're gonna give you 10 bands. And they gonna do that shit as fast as you can blink, nigga. Because people have no integrity. And these people are soulless. You know, they have no Yahawashi. They don't have anything, man. They're just void. These people are wicked. They're agents of chaos. They're agents of destruction. All right? And so we must be prayed up. But we ain't gonna fear, because Yahawashi said don't do that. Because he got us. But you got to understand where we at. And these people, bro, these people that you see every day are wicked as hell. All right? And they're trying to destroy you. You know what I'm saying? Or they're going to be sent to destroy you in due time, man. These not your friends. They're not your buddies. You know, be peaceable with all men, but yet be circumspect, man. These wicked motherfuckers, man. You know, separate from these people, man. Separate from these fucking wicked motherfuckers, man. We in hell, bro. This ain't the time. It says, Santiago Castillo made a bold, courageous statement, one that echoed on the behalf of women everywhere. Are you fucking serious? In a moment of righteous fury, is righteous. Oh, a woman was this shit happened to this bitch all this time ago, and these scornful bitches is still trying to. They say this is righteous fury. They account evil for righteousness. This is what we living at, and this is why the Lord gonna have to put them in remembrance of his ways, man. And first and foremost, it's going to come with their death. All right? Because these people need to get a reset. It says, he took action against Tory Lanez, a man convicted of shooting Met the Stallion, and continuously glorified it on the internet despite the trauma he caused. Man, fuck that bitch. All right, hold on. Yeah. It says, Santiago now faces harsh punishment and legal consequences. No shit. For what many believe was a symbolic action of justice inside a system that failed to protect Megan. Megan is a fucking witch, and she's a whore. All right, and she's going to be destroyed by Yahawashi. And Lord, no matter what you fucking retarded ass, refurbished box giving ass bitches trying to do, y'all can't even be protected. Man, the Lord going to fuck a lot of you bitches up, man. I swear to God, the Lord, like, it's gonna be so many dead bitches in the earth during the time of Jacob's trouble that it's gonna make your head spin. You know, you bitches gonna get raped. You know, you bitches gonna die. Y'all gonna get eaten. You know, this goes for bitches and men alike. This ain't a woman bashing video. but women are more wicked than men. So via where am I getting that information from? From Yahawashi, from the scriptures. So y'all gonna catch it. Y'all gonna catch it like a picture. It says he doesn't have millions of fans or lawyers. He has us. He has a bunch of wicked, refurbished, box ass giving hoes to support him in his wickedness. Let's show Santiago he is not alone. Let's remind the world that real heroes sometimes live in the shadows. Let's look at the comments. This nigga Cheeseburger said, "I want to live on another planet." This is some real wicked shit. These bitches are trash. And this guy Flex Cartel says it's crazy being a black man. You know, it is, man. It is crazy being an Israelite man. You hate it everywhere you go. Even when a bitch want to give you some box, they come with some bullshit. So, man, you might as well just stay your ass away, seek ye the kingdom first, and all that. You know. But Jake in the comments, it looked like they catching on, man, to the wickedness that's going on. That's here. It says, this bitch says, it doesn't change the fact y'all donating money to a murderer, someone who took a 13-year-old girl's life. Okay. You know, I'm just looking through the comments here. But yeah, man, these women are on the left-hand side, man. They don't see nothing wrong with this shit. And this guy, King D for FR, he says black men get the most hate for real, and that's because of the curses, man. All right, you gonna catch hell just for just existing. You know what I'm saying? He says no bam here. Says the world is sick. But yeah, man, I don't really know what else. That's really all. You know, we in a fucked up place. The Lord gonna deliver us from this fucked up place. These people are fucked up because they're spirits that the Lord created to be fucked up. You know, and the spirits that the Lord created on the right hand side are the righteous spirits that are going to be delivered from this wicked defiled kingdom. And these people on the left hand side, these wicked Israelites and these rebels, wherever they may be, you know what I'm saying? And these heathens, man, these Edomites, man, they're gonna perish, man. All right, they're gonna perish. You know, they were made, you know, just to be here and to suffer particular things and to die, man. They're just in the way. Ultimately, they need, like I said before, they need a reset, man. The whole world needs a reset. All right, and that's what's gonna happen, and that's what the hopeful elect are going to accomplish under Yahawashi once they come back down off the ships, man. So with all that being said, I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. Double honors to the Apostle Great Millstone, big brother Malachi coming at you again. And I pray this video was edifying. Okay, onto the hopeful elect. Shalom.